and welcome. My name is Meepolis and this is literally graphic. And today we are going to be talking about a female anti-hero comic that avoids a lot of both female and anti-hero cliches. Isn't that exciting? And surprise, surprise, it's Henchgirl by Kristen Gudsnuk. Plotline-wise, Kristen Gudsnuk's Henchgirl is very much in line with earlier books I've read, such as Faith Erin Hicks's The Adventures of Superhero Girl. And while this trope of the average girl superhero is kind of an obvious fave for me, I do feel as if this book in particular does expand on what I have read in the past in some new and creative ways. Much like other books, such as Bee and Puppycat, parentheses, another book I read in December, meant to review much sooner and have yet to check out again and actually make a video around. Anyway, like Bee and Puppycat, the hero does go against most conventional benchmarks for likability and attractiveness. Obviously, this is part of a larger trend of feminists creating their own media and not necessarily for everyone. Some people won't be in on the jokes or the way in which Gudsnuk is playing with the established pieces, and others are misogynists. Unlike even most other indie female superheroes, I do feel that Mary gets to be much more of an anti-hero than I have seen previous. This, in and of itself, is a fairly rare occurrence across any of my media intake, even if it's pretty soft-core. Sure, Mary is a henchgirl, but the stakes never get super high. As far as art goes, I am of course a huge fan of the drab tones and delightfully awkward character designs, which again are very reminiscent of other heavily feminist comic books that I've read. While I would not say that Mary breaks any super new ground on body inclusiveness, she is someone who feels a bit more average than most. The fact that her sister has a giant boob window is also pretty hilarious and on the nose, besides also being the longest feminist-friendly superhero book I've read to date. Because, yeah, it's actually quite long. I also appreciated the way that the jock Superman stand-in was developed, the inclusion of Spanish-speaking characters, and the deconstruction of the girl versus girl trope more than once. Long story short, if this comic book looks even vaguely interesting to you, I would highly recommend you check it out. It's pretty fun. All the secret feminist agenda points. Not a comic book for everyone, but yeah, I think it should be genuinely entertaining to most of the people who I like, and might actually be an interesting read for people who are also just interested in looking at ways in which we can push female characters further. I think this is a really thought-provoking book that really digs into that sort of subject, and through its length gets to push it a little bit further than some other books. So yep, I'll probably link to my playlist of females in comic books and my long meandering playlist about that sort of thing that I'm sort of obsessed with. And I will see you next time. Bye! And as always, Literally Graphic is recorded on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation. I live here because of British colonization, Indigenous genocide, and more geographically specific, Treaty 13, also known as the Toronto Purchase, which was finalized in 1805 between representatives of the Crown and certain Mississauga peoples. This treaty was a lie and has since been broken many times over. Saying so reflects only my own small steps towards knowing the truth and does nothing for reconciliation.